LTN Hour. Let's talk NASCAR with your host, Todd Bailing, co-hosts Brian Schmidt, PJ Noodleman, and producer Dangerous Dan Margetta. Call the show anytime at 414-421-7901. And now, the creator and host of the fastest hour in radio, Todd Bailing.
And the regular season is over after the big race at Daytona last night. Hello there, everybody. Todd Bailing in beautiful Linden Station, Wisconsin, joined by my three partners spread out over the state. I tell you what, let's start with PJ over on the left coast there of the state of Wisconsin, in Trempealeau, Wisconsin. Morning, PJ.
Good morning. Loving the fall-like temperatures.
Yeah, all of a sudden, wasn't it just like a week ago we were sweating our asses off? And here we are. And the other two members of this quad are in the infield at the Milwaukee Mile, where they're getting ready for Indy cars today. Brian Schmidt and Dan Margetta. Hi, guys.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, great to be back at the Milwaukee Mile for a race again. Just 3-4 short years ago, we thought this was something we would never see, and now it's become a regular event and a beautiful day for a race today here. No excuses not to get on out here for the Snap-on 250 for the IndyCar series here. So it should be a great event. 27 cars are going to take the green flag at around 1:20 today. And your champion, Alex Below, will lead the field to green.
Yeah, and the weather's nice. It's a perfect day to come watch a race and do what I'm doing. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to get in my car and head right to Slinger. Got a 2-for-1 today. Full day of racing.
Busy day for you. Yeah, the Indy cars at Milwaukee will be on Fox 6 Milwaukee and Fox 47 in Madison today. The green flag is at 1:20 this afternoon. Plenty of time to see the Indy race, and then, like Dan said, head on up to Slinger Speedway for the Alan Kowicki Memorial race tonight. Lots going on. We raced at Daytona. We set the field for the playoffs. Ryan Blaney was your winner. Now, you would think normally that PJ would have got that pick right last week, but
I'm still happy for him.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it certainly was an outstanding finish to the race. 4 wide at the line. They avoided the big one at the end anyway. The big one was really on lap 33 that included 11 cars, several of them pretty good cars too. But overall, with Daniel Suarez finishing second, Justin Haley was third, and Cole Custer was fourth. You're thinking, what the hell is that? Yes, that's how crazy that race was. We had some outstanding performances by drivers that you wouldn't normally expect. Let's say Cody Ware. Did you realize he led the third most amount of laps last night at Daytona? And SVG, well, he's getting it a little better. He was running up front for some time. He's learning that business about blocking high, blocking low, and then being in the wrong place and going back so far that you can't recover. I ended up 16th, but still, I had a lot of fun. Well, there you go, and that's what that was the worst accent that anyone has ever heard in your life for a guy from New Zealand. But anyway, overall.
And do you think NASCAR was happy that Ryan Blaney won, and it wasn't somebody like Custer, the other guys coming in the back would have knocked another car out of the playoffs? That people talk about who deserves to be in the playoffs and who doesn't. I mean, just think if the 41 car would have won last night, that would have sent everybody crazy.
Yeah, a little bit like last year when Harrison Burton snuck into the playoffs. But in a way, that's that Cinderella asterisk that we like to have. It's so fun. Oh, look, isn't that nice? Someone else who worked hard all season and had a better season is not going to make it because someone snuck in. And Cole Custer's team has been a very underachieving team this year, and yet he was right in it up to the end of that thing. Those 4 cars went side by side. They finished the race in less than half a second. Can you imagine that? 49 thousandths, actually. That's just amazing. And that's less than a half a tenth, isn't it?
And it was interesting late in the race. At one point, Kyle Larson was running third, and there were 5 cars around him, and every single one of them were cars that had not won a race. So they're on the radio with Larson saying, hey, you got to get it done here. You can't let those guys win because then Alex Bowman would have been knocked out. And with 2 to go, Ryan Blaney was 13th. So Larson was thinking, yeah, I got to figure out a way here. He kind of gave Jones a bump, got him out of the groove, and Jones went to the back. But then all of a sudden, here comes Blaney trucking through the field and got the win. That saved Alex Bowman because his wreck early in the race kind of finished his chances off, so he thought.
So the field is now set, and it actually includes Alex Bowman. The reseeding has been done. Bowman is the 16th seeded car. I don't really understand all that seeding thing and how it really affects anything at all. All I know is just smooth it out for me. You got to win, and you're in the next round. How easy is that? And then you got to finish in the top of the points, or you got to be eliminated if you're in the bottom of the points. It's very simple, really. All that seeding is overrated.
I was really surprised that he talked about Kyle Larson being told he has to win to get Alex Bowman, and all like the teamwork that goes on. I'm really shocked the Fords didn't work together to get a Roush car in the playoffs. I kind of thought that we would see that maybe that the team Ford would kind of push one of the Roush cars up there. They were all running pretty good. I mean, Chris Buescher was up there and Ryan Preece. So it was kind of surprising that when Blaney just went to the front and said, I'm going to win.
Yeah, I was amazed. Everything is turning around at Roush, right? Well, they don't have one car in the playoffs. Are they really turning things around? I can tell you that 6-car guy, that owner of the team guy, he really wanted to win. And I have a reason to believe that he wanted to win so he could come out and possibly have a shot at a championship and then retire from driving. But I don't know that he's going to want to retire without having a shot at a title one more time. So I think we're going to see him back in that car one more time. If you want to weigh in with what you thought of last night's race, you can do so. Or any other subject in the world you'd like to talk to us about, our number is 414-421-7901. And we'd love to hear from you. Lots and lots going on. They raced at Daytona. They ran the Xfinity Series. For one reason or another, I can't even imagine Connor Zilisch with his just had surgery to fix his collarbone. He's got, what do they say, pins and screws and stuff in there holding everything together. He climbs in the window and does a couple of laps so he can get the points. In the meantime, his car owner, Dale Jr., calls up Parker Kligerman, who's packing to go to Europe. He's going to Italy. And he says, I want you to drive the 88 car. And so he drops his plans, tells the wife, sorry, we're not going to Italy, comes in, jumps in the car, starts at the rear of the field, and wins the race. I mean, that's a pretty cool story right now. Dan, Parker Kligerman, now he has 2 wins, doesn't he?
Well, he's got 2 wins that aren't in the record books because he won the truck race in February. Then they got DQ'd in tech, so that didn't count. And now he won this race, but because the driver of record is Connor Zilisch, the record book says Connor Zilisch won that race.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
You know when the last time was that scenario happened where a driver that started the race didn't win the race?
Milwaukee Mile, 2009?
Yep, right here at the mile when the big Eric Almirola, Denny Hamlin dust up. Remember that made everybody show up?
Yeah.
They couldn't land the helicopter, and Rockline Automotive insisted on having Hamlin in the car. And yeah, quite the story.
Things happen sometimes. So that was a pretty damn good show at Daytona on Friday night. And then, of course, last night, Ryan Blaney averaged 130.909 and leads a pretty good race. Today, there is no NASCAR race on TV, so there is absolutely no reason you can't, if not attend the Milwaukee Mile, actually watch it on Channel 6 or 47. And that race gets underway at 1:20 this afternoon. Before I go any further, let's say happy birthday to our fantastic engineer, Matt Losi, who's celebrating today. This is a kind of a big deal for Matt. Matt, are you 50 yet? I can't remember. I love these young guys. You know,
he's 35.
35. There we go. That's what we like to hear. The ARCA series ran at Madison Friday night. Brian, you were at that one, huh? Oh, it is. It's 10 after already. It's time for our first break. Never mind. We'll be back right after these.
This Sunday, Swingers Super Speedway hosts the 7th annual Alan Kawicki Memorial, a 77-lap Super Late Model Showdown featuring the Incredible Bank Super Late Models, plus Legends, Bandolero, Super Bs, and Sportsman divisions. Enjoy the Wall of Fame ceremony, Miss Slinger reunion, and alumni night. Kids 8 and under are free. Tickets start at just $5. Gates at 5, racing at 6:30, rain or shine. Get tickets now at Ticket House for this Sunday's race, the world's fastest quarter-mile oval.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800. Or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
Chimney Mechanics installs and services wood, natural gas, propane, pellet stoves, and chimneys. We service all of Wisconsin, the UP, and Northern Illinois. We repair all brands and all models of fireplaces, no matter where you bought it. We do custom chimney caps, liners, chimney fire repairs, water and stonework, water leak repairs, and replacement dampers. We do new construction and insurance work. No job is too big or too small. ChimneyMechanics.com. That's Chimney Mechanics with an X. Check us out on Facebook.
From Eau Claire to Green Bay.
Oh, my goodness, a powerful run to the house.
And Milwaukee to Madison.
Under duress, and into safety.
The tradition of Badger football lives here.
Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Join us Thursday. The Badgers open the season against the Red Hawks.
Now we get rolling.
On your home for Wisconsin football.
Coverage starts at 4 on Milwaukee's home for your Wisconsin Badgers. 97.3, The Game.
Well, there's lots of things going on. I think we'll just save that ARCA stuff for a little later in the program when we actually do that. I was just going to check in with Brian, but there's been lots of things happening. And, well, one of the things we're kind of excited about around here, I am absolutely positive that this was a complete coincidence. But the day after Matt Crafton takes out his teammate for a shot at a win, got into some oil and nobody blamed anybody, he announced that he's going to retire at the end of the season and that our own Ty Majeski is going to finally get himself a major deal with Menards, a state sponsor, and he's going to take over the yellow number 88 truck next year. It's a big deal for Ty, and we're pretty excited for him.
I don't think Crafton announced that. I think ThorSport announced that. That might have been.
Don't you want to announce you're retiring?
Okay. Well, they're actually wording it that he won't be running full time any longer. So.
Well, that's how it is. Okay. Well, he has been doing a lot of dirt track racing over the last few years. He runs an A-mod over the state of Iowa and specials wherever they run them, and he is a very busy guy. But
he's very into youth racing. Yeah.
Yeah. Easy. Either way, it's good for, it's really wonderful for Ty Majeski to finally, hook up with a sponsor that, it would be nice if they just stayed together his whole career and, on all Wisconsin kind of a deal there, wouldn't it?
It's not out of the realm of possibility. Look at how long Menards was with Matt Crafton, Yeah. I mean, this could be it. Good stuff.
Over 20 years worth, amazingly enough. So, good stuff all the way around. Also announced this, a lot of announcements. As we're getting towards the end of the season, we're hearing things. O'Reilly Auto Parts is going to be the new, title sponsor of what used to be the Busch Series and is now the Xfinity Series. Are they going to call it the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series or just the O'Reilly Series? I don't know.
Officially right now it's the O'Reilly Auto Parts series, but I can't imagine TV announcers having to say that every time you mention the series. They're going to have to shorten it down somewhere.
Yeah, you would think so.
I wish they would have kept the word, Grand National. It said the NASCAR Grand National Series presented by O'Reilly or something like that.
Or
so
the
that,
O'Reilly Grand National Series.
Something so that if you keep changing sponsors like this, you can keep the name. The Cup Series finally did it. We had, Winston Cup, Sprint Cup, Nextel Cup, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And now they just went to the Cup Series, and then you have your associate sponsors. I was hoping that they would do that to this and get the old Grand National name back, because that's what I remember as a kid, but it doesn't sound like they want to do that.
While all these things were being announced this week, NASCAR had a little announcement of their own. They finally announced the schedules for all the series for next year. And as was no surprise whatsoever, Phoenix is no longer the championship race. We knew it was going back to southern Florida, but this is going to be the earliest Phoenix fall race that they've ever had in the middle of October, where it's kind of iffy. Sometimes it's still up in the 100 degrees area there. At the end of the month, it makes a big difference right there. But Brian, were there any big surprises after all the rumors that have been out the last few weeks?
No, not really. I mean, I was kind of surprised that they're going to go ahead and do the All-Star race at Dover. I don't quite understand what their thinking is behind that. You don't have the lights, you don't have all that. It's cool that North Wilkesboro has a points race. I think that's big. Some just scheduling things on the calendar, which kind of caught me off guard. Going to Watkins Glen on Mother's Day, May 10th, is kind of a head scratcher to me, because New York weather is a lot like weather here. And I mean, would we have a major event here that early in May? Probably not. Just for instance, the PGA Championship, which Whistling Straits has hosted for years, has been moved to May, and basically they took Whistling Straits off of the list forever because the weather's too iffy. Well, now you're going to go run a race there that time of year, so that's kind of weird. I would have personally put that the 4th of July weekend, and then put North Wilkesboro there, and then had Chicago later in July, but that's not the way they went with it. So
what's with all of the road courses? I feel like we're just really putting road courses all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same amount we had last year. They haven't really added any, so that's going to be the same. You kind of swapped Mexico City for the one in San Diego, and then we dropped the streets of Chicago, so we added Chicagoland back, and that is going to be the 4th of July weekend. So Wisconsin fans, we have no NASCAR races once again in the state of Wisconsin for the second year. Interesting thing to look, though, when you look at the truck schedule. The trucks are going to run at St. Petersburg with the IndyCar series. It's the IndyCar opener, and it's going to be like the second or third race of the year for the truck series on that street circuit. And it's kind of a tie-in with Fox. So Wisconsin fans, this is just me getting my crayons out, my coloring book.
Beautiful.
But right here where we sit now at the Milwaukee Mile, we did host truck races for years. If the powers that be can get their head together, it looks like IndyCar and NASCAR are looking to run together again. This would be the perfect place to have a truck IndyCar doubleheader. I mean, it's not going to happen in 26, but hey, let's make that happen in 27. If you're going to do it on the streets of St. Petersburg, why not here?
I agree with that.
Based on recent television ratings, the trucks are going to outdraw the Indy cars anyway. Isn't that interesting? And then having them on the same weekend, well, we'll be able to check how that goes.
Especially if they let Cup guys run the truck races more now.
Yeah.
How about that? Remember how great the rule was when they came up and they said everybody got sick of seeing Kyle Busch jump into a truck or jump into an Xfinity /Busch /O'Reilly car and go out and kick everybody's ass. And then, I'm really sick of watching Kyle Busch win all these races. So they say, okay, there's a new rule. The Cup drivers can only drive in X amount of races per year, and then that's it. We can't have you stinking up our developmental series show. Well, in the meantime, the TV networks got together and said, you know what, if we had some more Cup drivers in our races in the Trucks and Xfinity series, maybe we'd have more viewers. Well, hello, it's all about the drivers. That's what it's always been about. You need some stars. You need some up-and-coming guys. It's a wonderful mix. And NASCAR is, quote, open to more Cup drivers in those series next year. Well, isn't that a coincidence?
And that's kind of because you have separate networks running them all now. You know, for years we had the same network cover all 3 series when you're at a track for the weekend. Well, now, especially this time of the year, you have the Truck Series, which is specifically the Fox. You have the CW with exclusive rights to Xfinity. And right now we're running NBC, but you have, Prime and all those other networks. Right. Yeah. So they're all fighting for those drivers to be on their networks again now.
That's what it is. It's all about the drivers. We're glad you're tuned in. The boys are in the infield at the Milwaukee Mile. And when I tell you they're in the infield, you have no idea. We'll be back right after these.
This Sunday, Slinger Superspeedway hosts the 7th annual Alan Kawicki Memorial, a 77-lap Super Late Model Showdown featuring the Incredible Bank Super Late Models, plus Legends, Bandolero, Super Bs, and Sportsman divisions. Enjoy the Wall of Fame ceremony, Miss Slinger reunion, and Alumni Night. Kids 8 and under are free. Tickets start at just $5. Gates at 5, racing at 6:30, rain or shine. Get tickets now at Ticket House for this Sunday's race, the world's fastest quarter-mile oval.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
Miller Sales and Service of Random Lake is where to go for a trailer no matter what you're hauling. Tom and Jerry Miller have been selling trailers from B&B, Trophy, and Bravo for over 50 years. Quality and integrity is what put them on the map on the corner of 57 and K since 1939. Home of the number 89 dirt and asphalt cars of Brad Miller. That's Miller Sales and Service. It's where to go for a trailer just 20 minutes north of Milwaukee. Call them 920-994-4358.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
Love waits for the snap, and here it is. Rushan has time, throws left side of the end zone. Catch made. Romeo Dobbs at the pylon. Touchdown, Green Bay. And he throws the football into the stands. To Richardson. Winds up deep down the right side into a gaggle of bodies. It's broken up and intercepted by the Packers.
The home of your Green Bay Packers and the flagship of the Packers Radio Network.
And there is your dagger.
97.3 The Game.
Well, our version of Suits, where we need a legal correspondent, Dan Margetta, to explain all the things that are going off are off of the racetrack and in the courts. This was a busy week, Dan, and I thought we'd get a little bit of an update what's going on again.
Yeah, we had some movement in both the lawsuits that are out there. We'll start with the first one, that Legacy Motorsports lawsuit against Rick Ware Racing. They were trying to prevent them from selling their charters to that TJ Pucher. They got that injunction. They agreed, the court agreed that they can't do it until the trial on that original suit is in January. So remember, that was the one where Rick Ware had the 2 charters. He leased one to Roush for the 60 car right now, and he ran the other one. He was going to flip that around and lease the one he's running now to the 60 and run the other one. In the meantime, somebody made a deal with Legacy to sell one of the charters, and they couldn't figure out which one it was. That's the thing. The other one, the big lawsuit with Michael Jordan's team, 2311, and the Front Row Motorsports. NASCAR filed a motion this week now to saying they have buyers for the charters that are in dispute. That people they intend to sell those charters if they win this lawsuit, and they have people lined up to do it, to buy it, and they're going to need some time. If they're going to run in 2026, they're going to need to have everything in place by October 1st, and all they're doing that. So they actually filed to say, hey, we had to make that injunction that said that they have to they could run as charter teams. Remember, they won it originally, then they lost it, so now they're running as open teams. Well, they want to keep that. They want to, make that be for real now, and so they can sell their charters. They kind of
go ahead.
They accused them, Michael Jordan, of using the courts to obtain a permanent charter that no one else has. They're saying that he's only doing this lawsuit, so if he wins this, he can have a charter that he can have forever, and nobody else can have. They also claim they increased the payments to the teams 28% in their original charter deal, and then another 62% in the new agreement, and they claim they pay more to their teams than F1 pays their teams. It's funny they do all this math, but they want to open up the books to check it. So, again, I think that's, where it stands. I think if it goes to trial, the thing that NASCAR has to lose is having to open up their books, and they don't want to do that. And then they may just, undo the charter system altogether. I think Jordan wants to play it out to get to that trial date to force them to do that and see if we can somehow settle and something come up. Otherwise, if Jordan loses, they're going to lose their charters, and NASCAR is going to sell them.
The Rick Ware thing, I mean, how can you put a value on something that you don't know for sure we are going to be using next year?
Right. I mean, that's all in flux right now. If you think of it, look at the charters that are in flux because of lawsuits. The 23, the 45, the 35, the 4, the 34, the 38, the 60, and the 51. That's 8 charters that are up in the air as far as what's going to happen with them, all depending on lawsuits.
And I'm a little curious how NASCAR says they can sell those charters. They took them back from Michael Jordan and Front Row.
Well, in the beginning, they said, you didn't sign the agreement, you don't have them. Then they filed and said, well, until this thing is resolved, you have to let us run as a chartered car. The teams won that originally. That was and then another judge appeals came and said, no, you can't. If you didn't sign the agreement, you got to run as an unchartered car. So NASCAR sort of kind of got them back when they're like, well, okay, if that's what it's going to be, we're going to sell them now. I mean, the teams are filing a motion to say no. They kind of appealed that ruling kind of thing.
I don't know about you guys, PJ. It seems to me that NASCAR seems like they would really love to sell those things themselves, wouldn't they?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Yes. Hello, if there's an opportunity to make money, NASCAR's down for it, and I don't think they really care what the optics look like, how they got the opportunity to sell it.
And as we have mentioned on this show in the past, NASCAR, I don't think anybody in the upper echelon of NASCAR expected the charter system to go absolutely bat crazy. And as it has, we're talking about so many millions to sell these things, which were basically given away by NASCAR in the beginning. Think about that and how they're going, what do you mean? We just gave it to them and they just sold it for $50 million? How can this happen?
And in the court rulings, the names of the people that are interested are there, but they're all redacted. So if you could get an unredacted copy of that court filing, it'd be interesting to see who's lined up as potential buyers.
And they'll all say, we'll sign whatever agreements that we have to sign. NASCAR, we think your pay system is really good. You gotta hand it to Michael Jordan for being a savvy businessman and for trying to hold NASCAR's finger to the flame. But I never, ever thought that it was going to actually work. And even though we're getting, as we inch closer to the date in December, NASCAR will do anything, as we have mentioned, to not open their books. What's next out of the court system? Stay tuned. It sure will be interesting. We're really happy you tuned in. The boys are at the Milwaukee Mile, sitting in the infield as they're getting ready to watch some IndyCar racing. We're going to sneak away for a break and come back. We're happy you're tuned into LTN.
The Sheboygan County Fair is this week in Plymouth, and again, sprint car racing is on the schedule. Friday night, the bumper-to-bumper IRA sprints, along with the Akrite Auto Plymouth Dirt Track Racing MSA sprints, will provide plenty of action. See these daredevils challenge the high bank third mile oval, wheel to wheel and wing to wing, nonstop action. On track action Friday night at 5 o'clock. We'll see you there.
Miller Sales and Service of Random Lake is where to go for a trailer, no matter what you're hauling. Tom and Jerry Miller have been selling trailers from B&B, Trophy, and Bravo for over 50 years. Quality and integrity is what put them on the map on the corner of 57 and K since 1939. Home of the number 89 dirt and asphalt cars of Brad Miller. That's Miller Sales and Service. It's where to go for a trailer, just 20 minutes north of Milwaukee. Call them 920-994-4358.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
Chimney Mechanics installs and services wood, natural gas, propane, pellet stoves, and chimneys. We service all of Wisconsin, the UP, and Northern Illinois. We repair all brands and all models of fireplaces, no matter where you bought it. We do custom chimney caps, liners, chimney fire repairs, water and stonework, water leak repairs, and replacement dampers. We do new construction and insurance work. No job is too big or too small. ChimneyMechanics.com. That's Chimney Mechanics with an X. Check us out on Facebook.
Get ready, Badgers football fans. This season will be here soon. August 28th, the Badgers open at home against the Red Hawks of Miami.
He's gone all the way. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Listen to the Badgers all season, 97.3 The Game.
Welcome back to LTN. Glad you spent a little time with us on a Sunday morning. There was a Dale Jr. download that is important, I think, this week, more important than usual. Our old friend Ted Musgrave, who lived in Wisconsin for a long time. I didn't even realize that they moved out of Northern Illinois when Ted was still a kid and moved up to Adams Friendship, which I learned by watching that, which was pretty interesting. But you might want to check that out. Lots of interesting things and some stuff I hadn't known before. Ted he sounded a little nervous. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't, he's not, he works.
If you if you don't do those kinds of things all the time, it might be a little nerve-wracking. And knowing that that's probably, arguably, the most viewed and listened to podcast for racing anyway. So it's probably a little nerve-wracking for somebody.
Plus, it's been a while since he had to practice with us. He was on all the time with us when he raced.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, speaking of popular podcasts, if you haven't seen PJ's Racing Nuggets yet, you really should watch it. It's available everywhere. And PJ, this week?
Matt Weaver, who just took a new role with motorsport.com. So if you want to kind of hear a little background story on Matt Weaver, check that out on either YouTube or anywhere that you download your podcasts.
He is arguably one of the more important journalists in the world of motor racing. And I think it's a coup that you got the guy, and the fact that he just got a new job, too. What's he going to do?
He's basically going to be doing a lot of writing for motorsport. It's kind of like it kind of created the position for him. And he's going to have freedom to be able to continue to do his short track scene thing that he started up as well, too. So that's what's really nice.
And then don't forget, if you want, you can always download the LTN podcast, available on iHeart, iTunes, or wherever you download your favorite show. This has been the week for announcements, as we mentioned. There was a few other ones, but I think it's a kind of a big deal that they finally figured out who's going to be the Dodge team. They talked to several guys. They talked to several teams. They had to work out all the particulars, and it took a while. But they finally ended up with Colleague Racing, which is a Chevrolet team. So you're going to have Chevys in the Cup garage, Chevys in the Xfinity / O'Reilly garage, and Dodges in the truck garage. Now, this is the same team that does the 10 and 16 cars, Allmendinger and Dillon for the Cup Series, and the 10 and 11 teams, Xfinity. Well, they've been changing drivers over there, haven't they? In the Xfinity car? I thought they did. They haven't.
Yeah, they just replaced Josh Williams in the 11. That was the change I made there. But it's interesting to hear up to 5 teams in the trucks, and then maybe all self-funded by Ram. So kind of like when Evernham had the Dodge deal. Remember the 9 and 19 were sponsored by Dodge? Now it could be self-funded by Ram, but up to 5 trucks. Interesting to see who's going to drive them.
5, yes. And it might open the door for some people that, are old, in very good cahoots with a colleague, say, for instance, from Stratford, Wisconsin. But we'll just keep a close eye on things and see how that turns out. The other announcement, first of all, it was kind of not a surprise. We didn't really know where they were going to end up. There were rumors, but colleague, is the one that survived. We did know that Connor Zilisch, who is the hottest young property to come up the system in some time, and we knew he was going to end up with Trackhouse Racing. He's under contract for him right now, but anyway, he was announced officially. But they did not announce what car number it's going to be. Now, it's assumed it's going to be number 99 because that's the car that right now Suarez is driving and he's going to be replacing. However, we don't really know exactly what Red Bull is going to want to do with their marketing. So, Dan, I guess there's a couple of possibilities out there, right?
Yeah, there could be. It all depends. Like right now, he's used to the 87 in the Cup Series. Did they have like diecast and all that kind of stuff going on? He's winning in the 88 in the Xfinity Series. Do they consider him as associated with that number more? I know Van Gisbergen's won 4 races in the 88 in the Cup side. I think it's going to come down to who sells more merchandise, Zilisch or Van Gisbergen, and what the sponsors want to do as far as the car number and putting all that together. So that it could be 87 and they have the 99 go somewhere else, or we move to the 99. It depends on what the sponsors want, which is Red Bull and I think some WeatherTech maybe.
WeatherTech, yeah, WeatherTech is on there quite a bit as well. But WeatherTech has been pretty much a lot with Van Gisbergen because WeatherTech, the road racing ties there. So it'll be very interesting to see. I mean, and Shane Van Gisbergen, last night ran really well too. So it's not a lock that here you're going to have Zilisch come in there and he's going to outperform Shane just like that. I don't know that could be the case. You could be seeing Shane, running up there next year, and you could give Connor a run for his money as to who's the top guy over there.
Yeah,
isn't it weird that normally the veteran driver comes in, the proven driver, and kind of ups the rookie up his game, and it's kind of opposite. The rookie's coming in here and kind of upping the veteran's game.
Yeah, with all the talent supposedly that SVG has, he's going to feel the pressure, I think, from a young guy. He probably already does. You know what, though? They complement each other very well. They're learning from each other, and I really believe that this is going to be a powerhouse. Who would have thought? But getting this Zilisch kid is a major thing, and whether it's 99 or 87 or whatever they end up with, good for Trackhouse.
You just got to stop getting hurt.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Dan. I was going to say you got to be careful. I don't know if anyone else is like me. Anytime you see anybody at any level of racing getting out and standing on the window like that anymore, now I just panic a little bit, like, don't fall.
No kidding.
And don't forget, you still have Ross Chastain there. And if anything, this might up his entire game as well. He's kind of been sitting there knowing he always performs better than Suarez all the time. Now you're going to have 2 guys, one, Zilisch, who you're going to expect to see win right away. But then Shane, who's running much better now, Ross is going to have to get on it and show that he's worth his spot all the time now.
And Ross is going to have to be a little more cautiously aggressive instead of just aggressive.
Yep.
Instead of doing his best Ernie Irvan.
But let's all remember, it's not a slam dunk that Zilisch is going to come in here and win right away like we assume. We all thought Ty Gibbs was going to do the same, and here we sit now 2 full years later, and Ty still doesn't want to race. So let's see what Zilisch does here because,
I think it's a little bit different though, Brian, because it's kind of the people around you, and whether we like it or not, I think that a lot of people, even though it was the Joe Gibbs team, I still think that the silver spoon syndrome was kind of a bit of a undercurrent, that entitledness that maybe kind of was a pervasive thing through that pit for the Gibbs team. I don't think you see that with Connor Zilic, and I think he's very respectful of all the people on the team.
Very true. Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
And Gibbs, as we all thought, was going to do a lot better than he has. And now the networks are picking up on the Discord over there, and you're hearing little things. I love it when they tune in and hear him bitching at his crew chief. It's just fantastic. Great stuff. We're glad you're tuned in. We're going to come back with some results after we sneak away for a break. LTN returns right after these.
IndyCar is back at the Milwaukee Mile August 23rd and 24th. The Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 weekend features a high-stakes NTT IndyCar Series race on Sunday, and the free fan zone will be buzzing with energy all weekend long. Don't miss out on the non-stop action. Get your tickets now at wistatefair.com for an electrifying IndyCar experience at the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 weekend, August 23rd and 24th.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800. Or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
Step into the past at the Arians Art on Wheels Vintage Weekend with VSCDA September 12th through 14th at Road America. Witness over 300 stunning vintage and historic race cars spanning 11 classes as they race on the legendary track. From elegant classics to raw muscle, every era of automotive history comes alive. Explore the open access paddock for behind-the-scenes look at the incredible machines and the passion keeping them alive. Don't miss the celebration of speed, history, and craftsmanship. Friday night, there's a fireworks show included with event admission. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com.
Rush on, tight pocket. There we go. Set. There you go. There's the pressure they've been waiting for. Badger and Cooper. Cairo Santos for the game. Here's the snap. Placement made. The kick is blocked. It is blocked. It is blocked. And the Packers have won. Beautiful.
The home of your Green Bay Packers and the flagship of the Packers Radio Network.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
97.3 The Game.
And now the LTN Hour presents Dirt on the Dirt with Brian Schmidt.
Winding down the summer here, as much as we hate to say it, and the dirt side of things here. We'll start Tuesday night, Eagle River, Wisconsin. The USRA Limited Late Feature winner was Jesse Aho. That's not a mistake. Aho! That's his name. He's been around a long time. He raced regular late models back in the day. And the IMSA stock cars went to Hot Rod Snellenberger. Fountain City, Wisconsin, Tuesday night, the Mississippi Thunder Speedway welcomed the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. David Gravel was your winner there. We moved to Thursday night, Kokomo, Indiana, the USAC National Sprints. Night number one of the Sprint Car Smackdown. Briggs Danner was your winner. Butler, Missouri, the Electric City Speedway for the USMTS Modifieds. Tanner Mullins was your winner. Colcord, Oklahoma, the Arrowhead Speedway. Comp Cam Super Dirt Car Series late models, 10,000 to win. Nick Hoffman was your winner. And Chico, California, Thursday night, night number one at the Silver Dollar Speedway for the 71st Gold Cup Race of Champions. Corey Day was your winner there. Friday night at Chilton. And my computer, I got to get to scroll it back up. There we go. Chilton, Gravity Park Speedway. In the mods, Marcus Hopner. Grand Nationals, Jeff Richards. Stock cars was Mark Hopner. Luxembourg in the IMSA Modifieds, Will Garceau grabbed his first feature win of the year. And the IMSA stock cars went to Jerry Walensky. Seymour, the Outagamie County Speedway, in the modifieds, Marcus Yari was your winner. Stock cars was Brett Wenzel. Plymouth had a special Friday night for the Dirt Kings late model series. Mike Mullen was your winner there. MSA 360 Sprints went to Brandon Berth, and the Grand Nationals was Maverick Rue. Over at Menominey's Red Cedar Speedway, the Wissota late models, Ashley Anderson was your winner, and the Wissota modifieds was Corey Krapser. Fountain City, Mississippi Thunder Speedway, the USRA Modifieds, Jacob Blease was your winner. Down in Kankakee, Illinois, for the Mars Dirt Car Series late models, Jason Fager grabbed the win there. Night number 2 in Kokomo, Indiana, for the USAC National Sprints, Kevin Thomas Jr. was your winner. Night number 2 in Chico, California, for the 71st Gold Cup Race of Champions, Justin Sanders was your winner. Grand Forks, North Dakota, the River City Speedway, for the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, Buddy Kofoid was your winner there. Concord, Oklahoma, night number 2 for that event. World of Outlaws, the sanctioning body for the late models this time. Bobby Pierce was your winner. And Port Royal, Pennsylvania, Ricky Thornton Jr. grabbed Friday night's preliminary feature win there for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Last night, Francis Crick at the 141 Speedway, Travis Hansen grabbed the win in the modifieds. Stock cars went to Cole Sarneski. Up at Shawano, the Dirt King Late Model Series was there. Nick Anvilink grabbed the win. Modifieds went to Jordan Bartz. Stock cars was Trent Nolan. Cedar Lake Speedway in New Richmond, Wisconsin, the late models, Pat Dorr was your winner. USRA, or the modifieds went to Caden Blauser, and the USRA Limited Lates went to Cade Nelson. Rice Lake, the Wissota modifieds, Blake Adams was your winner. Final night in Kokomo for the Sprint Car Smackdown. Justin Grant, broken foot and all, picked up the feature win there. Amazing what he's been able to do with his injury. He got out of the car, and there's a big cast on his foot and everything. Incredible. LaSalle, Illinois, the IRA Sprint Cars made their appearance there, and Logan Julian grabbed his first career IRA 410 Sprint Car feature win there. The wingless sprints were there. Tyler Cuxhouse was your winner. West Fargo, North Dakota, the Red River Valley Speedway for the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, Carson Macedo was your winner. Chico, California, the final night of the 71st Gold Cup Race of Champions, $100,071 to win for the 410 Sprint Cars. Corey Day was your winner. Colcord, Oklahoma, for the World of Outlaw Real American Beer Late Models, Bobby Pierce was your winner. And finally, Port Royal, $50,000 to win for the Rumble by the River for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and Ricky Thornton Jr. was your winner there. One note on the dirt side, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody on Lucas Oil. The patriarch of Lucas Oil, Forrest Lucas, passed away yesterday. He had been battling Alzheimer's disease, and that's just a terrible disease. But think about all the things Lucas Oil has done through motorsports for all these years. Forrest Lucas was the man behind it. So thoughts are out to his family, and let's hope Lucas Oil continues on the way they were and the way Forrest envisioned it.
All right, on to the asphalt side of things. Wednesday night, the ASA Stars National Tour was at Owasso Speedway in Michigan. The winner was Bubba Pollard. Notables, Johnny Sauter was 6th, Ty Fredrickson 7th, Eric Jones 16th, Derek Krause 18th, Austin Nason 19th, and Noah Gregson was there. He finished 23rd. Thursday night up at the Wisconsin International Raceway, your super late model feature winner was Riley Stenjum with Chase Motorsports in his Toby car. The late model feature winner was Brent Strelka. Friday night, Norway got rained out, so the super late model champion was crowned, and that was Joey Pontbriand in his Toby car. ARCA Menard Series was at Madison International Speedway. The winner was Max Reeves. He led all 200 laps.
Brian was there.
Yes, that was a dominant performance. There's one point in time after the lap 75 break where Butterbean McQueen got underneath him once, and I thought maybe there was going to be a race. They came upon lap traffic, and Max got through it better, and it was game over after that.
All-Star Challenge Series winner at that same event was Zach Riddle in his Toby car. Grundy County Speedway late model feature winner Michael Bilderback in a Toby car. And then on to yesterday and last night, the JEG CRA All-Star Tour at Jennerstown Speedway. For the Motor Mountain Masters, your winner was Evan Shotko. Marshfield Motor Speedway, super late model winner was Jared DeBoer. Jefferson Speedway, big doings last night for the Orange Blossom Special in honor of Jerry Eckhart, twin 61-lap features. The first one went to Paul Schaefer. The second went to Billy Braun while he crossed the line first, but ended up being deemed 8 pounds too light in tech. That handed the win over to Will Reese, who drives a Toby car. It was a tie for the overall between Casey Johnson and Jason Erickson, which is amazing. Johnson in a super late model, Erickson in a limited late model. The tiebreaker was qualifying because Johnson set fast time, so he gets the overall title for the Orange Blossom Special.
That Casey Johnson won $5,400 for his being overall winner, and there were 5 different drivers other than Casey that won over $3,000.
That's pretty awesome for short track racing, for sure. 602 late models were in action last night, too, at Jefferson. Brian Johnson Sr. was the winner there. Dells Raceway Park had the Wallback Classic going on, double late model features. First one went to Nick Nolden, the second to Mike Litchfield. The CWRA was there running as well with twin features. Mark Mackesy, the winner of the first, Dylan Mackesy, the winner of the second, with the overall winner being Mark Mackesy. And then, of course, today we will be running at Slinger Speedway, the Wall of Fame, the Miss Slinger Reunion, and Alumni Night. Super Lates, Legends, Bandoleros, Super Bees, and Sportsmen all going to be in action.
And there's only 2 super late model points races left this year. Tonight is one, and next week, Labor Day weekend, with fireworks and all that stuff, is the last one. So you want to get out to see the super lates at Slinger. You got 2 weeks left, tonight and next week. And congratulations to everybody going on the Wall of Fame. Todd and Elizabeth Thielen, Bob Schneider Jr., and Cindy Bladel Peterson Nickerson, the only female to ever win a super late model race at Slinger Speedway, all going on the Wall of Fame tonight to join Dan and myself. So that's pretty cool stuff. And see you out there for the Alan Kowicki Memorial. $3,777 to win. We'll be back after these.
IndyCar is back at the Milwaukee Mile, August 23rd and 24th. The Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 weekend features a high-stakes NTT IndyCar Series race on Sunday, and the free fan zone will be buzzing with energy all weekend long. Don't miss out on the non-stop action. Get your tickets now at WIStateFair.com for an electrifying IndyCar experience at the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 weekend, August 23rd and 24th.
The Sheboygan County Fair is this week in Plymouth, and again, sprint car racing is on the schedule. Friday night, the bumper-to-bumper IRA sprints, along with the Akrite Auto Plymouth Dirt Track Racing MSA sprints, will provide plenty of action. See these daredevils challenge the high bank third-mile oval, wheel-to-wheel and wing-to-wing non-stop action. On-track action Friday night at 5 o'clock. We'll see you there.
Miller Sales and Service of Random Lake is where to go for a trailer, no matter what you're hauling. Tom and Jerry Miller have been selling trailers from B&B, Trophy, and Bravo for over 50 years. Quality and integrity is what put them on the map on the corner of 57 and K since 1939. Home of the number 89 dirt and asphalt cars of Brad Miller. That's Miller Sales and Service. It's where to go for a trailer, just 20 minutes north of Milwaukee. Call them 920-994-4358.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
Step into the past at the Arians Art on Wheels Vintage Weekend with VSCDA September 12th through 14th at Road America. Witness over 300 stunning vintage and historic race cars spanning 11 classes as they race on the legendary track. From elegant classics to raw muscle, every era of automotive history comes alive. Explore the open access paddock for behind-the-scenes look at the incredible machines and the passion keeping them alive. Don't miss the celebration of speed, history, and craftsmanship. Friday night, there's a fireworks show included with event admission. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com.
From Eau Claire to Green Bay.
Oh, my goodness, a powerful run to the house.
And Milwaukee to Madison.
Under duress, and into safety.
The tradition of Badger football lives here.
Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Join us Thursday. The Badgers open the season against the Red Hawks.
Now we get rolling.
On your home for Wisconsin football.
Coverage starts at 4 on Milwaukee's home for your Wisconsin Badgers. 97.3, The Game.
We are one step closer to having every single person in the playoffs having won a race. 14 out of 16 drivers won a race. Tyler Reddick and Alex Bowman are the two non-winners. And, it would be hard to think either one of them doesn't have a shot at this thing because they're both great drivers and both very capable, and they just haven't won a race yet. So that being said, next week they go to Darlington, of all places on, that's pretty great that they're there on Labor Day weekend next week. That's the traditional date, and they're back there, and it's all cool, that's for sure. But
especially with Cookout as their sponsor.
Yeah,
for the race.
Yeah, no kidding. Brian, speaking of Cookout, I had asked you what this kid that won at the ARCA race in Madison. Max Reeves, and he's got some ties there, I guess, huh?
Yeah, his family owns Cookout, so that's a big money influence he got there with that money coming in. I mean, that kid's talented and he's fairly down to earth. I heard him talk a couple different times. Well rehearsed. He doesn't seem flat.
How old is he? Young guy?
Yeah, I think he's like 18, maybe.
Okay,
something like that. He hasn't able to run the big races yet, so he's been running just the short track races, and I believe he might be on the dirt at DuQuoin next week as well.
Cookout again is what?
It's a restaurant down in the south.
It's a restaurant, a chain.
Yeah, it's like a chain. Interesting about that ARCA series, Brian. They got to go to Portland, don't they? And it's a little bit of a logistics issue there.
Yeah, I was talking with Matt Millard, who drives the truck for the Gibbs team, and the ARCA West Series is the companion with Portland for the Xfinity Series next weekend. This is the last appearance by the Xfinity Series at Portland. They're not on the schedule there next year. So Gibbs is sending their West Coast ARCA car out with them. I think maybe Brett Cruz might be driving it next week, either Brett Cruz or Connor Mosack, one or the other, next week out there. And then the actual regular ARCA team has to go to DuQuoin to race DuQuoin on Sunday night at the Illinois State Fairgrounds on the dirt. So a lot of moving parts there with some of those ARCA teams.
Unbelievable. We have to start thinking about who's not going to make it through the first round. Well, we've got a week to get this thing figured out, but we realize this is going to happen.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to throw in earlier, but I just wasn't able to chime in that Max Reeves actually came and ran that Midwest Tour Howie Ledell Classic, if you recall. So it's not like that was his first time ever being to the track. Deliberately ran that race for the Midwest Tour in order to get some track time.
He
finished 11th.
Show some talent. By the way, Brian, what was the car count for the ARCA series?
22. They had 22 cars there, so pretty good field. It's up over the last couple of years. Now they just got to get a couple more competitive vehicles out there. Right now it's just a handful of cars that are so much better than everybody else. But the struggle is real for some of those teams, and you see the haves and the have-nots. You go to ARCA and you can definitely see it. But I think it's improving.
Car counts are a thing. There are some strong ones. We had a nice field of cars last night at Jefferson, and yet they ran at Marshfield with 7 super lates last night, and that's scary when you think about it. And yet, they continue to try and put on a show for the fans, and we hope that everybody can support these short tracks so that they can do what they do. And it's a funny business to be in. You got some tracks are very successful, some are right on the borderline, and those are the ones we have to keep an eye out for. And
I think we might see a few extras tonight at Slinger for the Kaluki Memorial.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Anyone we can mention offhand?
I heard maybe Jeff Storm is one of them. There were a couple other ones I'd seen that had put on that they were going to come. So hopefully Levon Vandergeest looks like he should be there.
I would bet he'll be there, especially with it being the Kowicki Memorial.
Yes. And but that's cool to have Jeff Storm if he's actually coming to Slinger Speedway. He doesn't race there very often, and it's pretty cool.
He should be there because he's the one that named the Trouble in Turn 4 bar.
That's right. That's his name. Pretty cool stuff. Hey, we're glad everybody tuned in for LTN today. We love you. We appreciate you. And we want you to remember that real race cars have doors, even if they do climb in through the windows. Let's Talk NASCAR is produced and directed by Dangerous Dan Margetta. Our engineer is Matt Losi, and for the entire gang, We appreciate the fact that you tune in every Sunday morning, and we'll see you next week, everybody.
This program has come to you live from multiple locations. Any and all comments expressed on this show do not necessarily express the opinions of this station, its employees, or advertisers. Your comments are always welcome at mail@ltnradionetwork.com. Find us at facebook.com/LTN Radio Network. And thank you for your support since 1985. Tune in again next Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for the LTN Hour on the LTN Radio Network.